Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Peter Jennings, and I go by CSURAM88 across the daily fantasy industry. And I'm excited to be back again here at FantasyLabs doing the last model preview of the 2016-17 NFL season. I say I'm excited, but I'm also really sad that the NFL season is coming to a close, at least in terms of fantasy. Obviously, the Super Bowl will still be fun to watch, but it's been a great season. Hope it was a successful one for you guys, and certainly itching to get back at it. The nice thing is we do have a great two-game slate, if there is such a thing. Couldn't ask for really better teams, and a ton of points are projected this weekend. So should still be fun. Obviously, it's not as fun as a full slate or even the four-game playoff slate that we had last weekend, which I thought was fantastic. But still opportunity, and I'm going to be reviewing the running back position just because I'm recording here on Wednesday, and there's still some uncertainty around the receiver, and it wouldn't be as fun to review the quarterback position with only four guys. So thought the running back position made the most sense. Made a pretty normal model, focused a little bit more on upside. Vegas score weighted here at 15, opponent rating at 10, projected points per dollar at 30, which, again, these projections are going to change throughout the week, so definitely pay attention to that. Projected plus minus, which is our proprietary stat here at Fantasy Labs that looks at the salary expectation as well. A huge part of what I'm looking at here in this column. Projected ceiling at 10 and then market share at 10 because we do have some committees here that are really intriguing. So taking a look at what it spit out, Ty Montgomery is the number one rated running back, and I actually really like this. I think he's going to be one of my favorite plays overall this weekend. Jordy Nelson at this point in time doesn't look like he's going to play. Adams obviously had the ankle issue, so the receiving options for the Packers are beat up, and the running back position actually has been just handled by Montgomery for the most part, even though he has missed in pass protection a couple of times, which was why he got pulled in addition to the sickle cell trait that he's had. But I do think that there's going to be a lot of opportunity for him in this game. You attack Atlanta through targeting running backs out of the backfield, and who better than Ty Montgomery? He's really going to match up well here. So I love him in this spot, and against Atlanta, I think it makes a ton of sense. Devonta Freeman's the next guy who I'm also really high on this week. He's projecting out to be one of the top guys overall here, and certainly think he is a really elite option this week against the Packers. I think he'll be heavily owned, and there's no reason to not play a lot of these Falcons guys who have an historic team total for a playoff game. Deion Lewis is the next guy on the list. He makes a lot of sense, obviously coming off a 3-touchdown game. I think people will be attracted to him. He might be the heaviest owned player, and that's what we currently have projected here. Again, one of the coolest things about the models here is our projected ownership, which I think is really, really good. And Deion Lewis is expected to be the most heavily owned running back this week, which makes sense giving off his historic performance. So I think he makes a lot of sense. His price did come up. He is more expensive than LeGarrette Blount. And James White is also really cheap, who's right below him here on the ratings. So I do think there's merit to play in all these guys, especially in tournaments. I think LeGarrette Blount is definitely going to have the most touchdown equity in this game. I think he's still going to get the goal line work, although it's pretty close with Deion Lewis. I think he's going to get the most opportunity in terms of touches in this game. So I think he's the chalk play. I think White is strictly the contrarian GPP play. Hope he catches 2 touchdowns or even catches one on like a long play and ends up being one of the higher scoring running backs. It's tournament only for me. And then LeGarrette Blount's tournament only as well for me, but the hope here is that he gets 2 touchdowns, getting opportunity at the goal line. So those are the New England running backs, and you could even play 2 of them together. It's possible that 2 of them could be the highest scoring running backs, and the same thing applies for the next guy here on the list, which is Tevin Coleman, who I really like this week in terms of a tournament play. A lot of upside, big play potential, should get around 12 to 13 touches, and in a 2-game slate, he's going to be way less owned than Devonta Freeman, so I think it makes a lot of sense to take a shot on him in tournaments. Christian Michael, I'll probably be fading. I think it's Montgomery this week. Le'Veon Bell is certainly interesting, but his price tag is really prohibitive, which is why he's ranking so low here. Obviously, he has the highest raw projection, but I do think Le'Veon Bell is tough to fit in this week. But he is a nice contrarian play if you want to go a little bit different roster construction. So A little shorter review of a little shorter model preview here than normal, guys, but obviously it's a 2-game slate. Would love feedback too. I've gone through some of the feedback on previous videos and excited to do more with this next year and for other sports as well, and certainly want to do whatever is most helpful for you guys. So again, I'm Peter Jennings. I go by CSURAM88 across the industry. These are just my opinions here on Wednesday. They could change, but hope it's helpful for you guys. And as always, looking to see more Fantasy Lab subscribers at the top of the leaderboard.